Yo, Fear, what keyboard you got? It sounds nice. I've got some random mechanical keyboard that is like compact but still full. Maybe I'll show you later if you're super interested. Sharp versus Spider. Guys, we were just talking about this in chat before the game started. Spider and Sharp have played on the stream a lot. They're two of the top players that I've ever played. And they also, play a lot of games. So I was so surprised to realize we haven't had Spider versus Sharp yet. It seems like such a no-brainer of a game that we would have done it by now, but we haven't. So here we are. Spider, his most recent game was playing in that EU only stream. Sharp, great flip reset, but shooting the ball a little bit too low. He played against Lucky, I believe, and Lucky, a great matchup in his own right. Maybe we'll have a chance to do some more EU games and see more from Lucky, because he played a really good game against Spider. I think he ended up winning 3-1, or maybe by even more than that. But Sharp, it's been a while. Sharp, I think, maybe hasn't played since the Fear 500 Season 2. So his last game could be against Chronic or whoever it was. I forget which was his last game. I saved. In fact, it might have been in the playoffs against Trees. That's what it was. I don't think Sharp has played again since then, but he's back. And he's ready to take down the EU captain of the stream in Spider. Nice power shot. Holy cow. Spider was there, but he just boomed it way too hard past him. The one thing that I say all the time that I don't necessarily love is how the Beckwith Park maps, they don't have any crowd. Although, to be fair, it does sound like the crowd is saying some things, but they don't have the crowd hum because there's not anybody in the stands. And I think that does help the audio balance a little bit when we're doing these show matches. But Sharp, a kickoff goal, up 2-1 now. Spider in a great position, low boost. Defender trying to find a way in, but Sharp able to 50 it away. Yeah, this is also a bright map. Sharp was complaining about not playing the new Forbidden Temple because it was so bright. But at the end of the day, this Beckwith Park map is also real bright. Nice play from Sharp. Sharp just doing a great job of keeping constant possession, dodging these bump and demo attempts from Spider. Spider's trying to be a real pest, staying all over him. And just a great avoidance and a good flick to finish it off for a third. Spider popped from midfield. Slowed the ball down there, made it very, very easy to save. Definitely not what he was looking for when he initiated the play. But Sharp looking like he's going to go for a Daniel dribble. And Spider, such an early challenge. Holy cow. That was the earliest challenge of all early challenges, and it didn't work out. Would have been really five-head to take the play away way before it started, but instead, he looked a little bit silly. Sharp not exactly deadly lethal off those air dribbles from the back corner like, say, a Daniel or Chronic seem to be. So, not sure you need to start the game diving on those as early as Spider did. I think you could probably afford to see what Sharp has in store for you out of those air dribbles before you decide you need to cut them off before they ever get started. Spider, nice play, take away at midfield. We'll get his second. King Tyga's in the stands. Well, good to see you, bud. You're wearing your invisibility cloak. I swear I accidentally turned down the audio on something else. The audio sounds weird to me today, but... Sharp trying to buy himself some time off the kickoff. Or sorry, Spider, I should say, by booming it down the other side of the field. But Sharp not falling for it. His dribble taken all the way back. Once again, Spider's got some space, but no boost. And he's going to try and squeeze it in the back post. Sharp! Oh my goodness. I thought Sharp saved it away. That was a very heads-up play from Spider. There's basically nothing he can do to get this past Sharp with his very little boost, except maybe squeeze it in the near post, as Sharp prepping so much for that air roll shot, or that side flip shot, I should say, That was a great setup from Spider, and it's basically a fake. I'm not sure that anybody would write it down as a fake, but he was threatening that side flip to push the ball out towards the middle of the net, and that forced Sharp into that awkward position on defense, and all Spider had to do was not touch the ball at all. But a nice kickoff from Sharp to take that goal back. Still up 2. Looking to take Spider out of the game. He did exactly that. Sharp does like to go up for his sidewall attempts, and that's actually a great adjustment. If Sharp gets us back online, flip reset, actually still has it in a threatening position, but needs to get back to this one. But that was a very heads-up play by Sharp. Sharp saw that Spider was coming up for that challenge really, really early and intentionally tapped it directly out to midfield instead of towards the net, which is what Spider was going to be expecting. And by tapping it out to midfield, he made sure that Spider was basically nowhere close to getting the challenge, and then he could potentially make an outplay at midfield for the open net. He tried to do it by just dribbling and flip resetting, which is maybe the toughest way, so he wasn't able to get the score, but still a great adjustment to the way that Spider is trying to play defense on those high plays. Sharp into the corner, looking like he was trying to angle for the demo to get Spider out of his half, but not able to do so. So now stuck back with very low boost. He's taking a trip around every pad he can, and Spider is slow motion dribbling this ball to the net, but he eventually gets it there. Spider cannot take it under the adjusting Sharp, who was able to get down off of his squishy save, but he can only pick up pads for so long with Spider rocking the 100. He has had some delayed air dribbles. He does not feel like playing those very, very fast. Much preferring to take the low 50. And while it hasn't been working every time, it is so safe, and it is resulting in him having opportunity after opportunity, like in that situation where it took him 3 tries, but he did eventually get the score. And a nice kickoff play gets him lots and lots of space. Sharp looking like he was thinking about going up the top of his net, but gets caught out of position. A great flick, though, from Spider, top right of the corner. So 18 seconds left to go, and this is looking like our last match, where even though one player controls the majority of the game, all of a sudden in the last moments, the other one comes back, and there it is. This is easily, not easily, this very likely will be a counterattack right on time. And I mean, guys, the script writers today, they said every single game needs to be dominated by one player, and then in the last moments brought to overtime. 2 seconds left on the clock. OT it'll be. Sharp definitely going to feel bad if he's not able to finish out this one after controlling the game for so much. Spider, maybe the first wave dash kickoff of this game, and it will earn him his 7th goal and the first game win in this show match. Nice play from Spider, mixing it up in the last moments, having the balls to go for it in the crucial kickoff, and he will get the game number 1 win. Here we go. Game number 2, Spider versus Sharp. Sharp, an immediate kickoff goal. Looked like it was going to be easy, but he actually ended up needing to hit it as perfectly as he did. He put it perfectly in the bottom left corner, and Spider had actually made a recovery to get close to taking it away. Yeah, chat, I do want to mention Two Mans. I think a couple different people have asked about it in chat, and now we got somebody using the command. Two Mans is our Discord server that works like 6 mans. It's an opportunity to 1v1 people around your rank. There's a leaderboard inside the Discord server, and just a great place to play some best of 3s against good competition, maybe better competition than you normally get to play, and have some fun. So by all means, join it. Lots of people joining the 2-man scene around your rank. I mean, I said around. I didn't say at your rank. Sharp, open field, counterattack, Spider. Trying to continue this one all the way into Sharp's corner. Always tough to win a 50 anywhere in a valuable position from that corner, that opposition's corner. Sharp missing the wave dash. A crucial pre-jump from Sharp. Oh my goodness, I don't understand. He jumped so early, but Spider, I mean, I don't know. I have to go back and watch it again. It seems like, why doesn't Spider just try and catch it and take it low? What a play from Sharp. I think at the end of the day, what Spider was thinking was, no way Sharp keeps floating in the air, right? He pre-jumped so early, he's gonna go to the ground. Sharp knows that I'm gonna take it under him because he pre-jumped so early. He knows that, so I'm actually gonna tap, like, I'm trying to think of the reasoning why you'd slam it into him. And that has to be it. He must have thought, no way Sharp is insane enough to continue this pre-jump. But he was, and he slaps the ball. Once again, Sharp is just gonna float. This time, yeah, Spider. Spider doing what he maybe should have done the first time around. This is an insane pre-jump where Sharp is playing, you know, first one to touch the ground loses in front of his net. And that is certainly not the best way to keep someone from scoring. Sharp, a clear off the kickoff into Spider's half. Spider launching it up into a dangerous position, all on his own. But a good continuation play. High bounce setup from Sharp. He wants to take it. Cannot get this double. Realized a little bit too late that he didn't have any options, and now he's staring down the barrel of a very easy counterattack for Spider, and he'll give himself the whoops because he knows that was an easy opportunity, but he'll finish it off at the end of the day. A favorable bounce off this corner. Hard to read for Sharp. Oh, Spider completely missed kickoff here. I'm not sure if that whoops it from it. Wait, this server is actually god-awful for him. I'll wait to enter this, I guess, till after a potential goal. So it's just going to sit there awkwardly on the screen. Spider is going to get his third goal. The exotic flip reset play for Sharp did not work. 138 ping is pretty ridiculous. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't think Spider. We've been getting Spider like 100 ping, like 90 ping even sometimes servers. I think this is a like central server basically, because Sharp is even rocking 60. Spider will get his fourth. A good continuation off the kickoff. He'd appreciate that. Yeah, this server is just god awful. He's never been a complainer as far as servers go. I thought we could get him like much lower US East servers. Sharp gonna take yet another free goal. I think that has to do a little bit with the 130 ping from Spider. He is not one to complain, but I just was able to notice it. I saw that first missed kickoff that just seemed insane for a player of Spider's quality, and yeah, to no surprise, I found out he is rocking the worst ping he's played on in a while on our stream. Sharp gonna take advantage of these two kickoff goals, giving himself this 1-goal lead. Spider going flying by. Sharp will corral it and low 50 it for a 6th. Yo, Vibes, by the way, made a mark 35, thank you for the follow. And Vibes Easy TV, thank you for the follow. Spider and Sharp bowling each other as Sharp with very low boost, just trying to be a pest in order to keep Spider out of his net. Long dribble from Sharp. Not going to turn into much. These pre-jumps from Sharp are so insane. Yeah, once again, the low 50 definitely the way to go on these insanely early pre-jumps. The only player we've been able to see do as early of pre-jumps as that and make him work was, I think, Daniel versus Purg. I'll like never forget that matchup because Daniel would just fly up in the air so early it felt, and somehow the ball was like a magnet to him. He knew where Perg had to put it every time. And while that seemed to work for the first one from Sharp, it hasn't worked the past couple times as Spider has been able to figure it out. Sharp trying to get a bump there on Spider, but Spider like a brick, not moving, and he's worked his way back yet again. 6-6 with 46 seconds left to go. Spider got the open nets down. Yeah, I mean, it's a very important, thing to do in 1v1. When a player gives you an open net, maybe they're overly pressuring you, you need to make a quick play back down the other side of the field. It's important to be quick and efficient with that, and Spider, certainly a ones grinder, knows how to do that. Has brought himself back up in the lead with 30 seconds left to go. Sharp, low 50. Nice get up by Spider, especially considering that had to have used every last bit of boost he had. A great pinch on the sidewall, 13 seconds left to go. Sharp knows it's likely over for him. Spider gonna get a 10th, but as much as it seems like maybe Spider doesn't need it, as he has a 2-goal or 2-game win with 130 ping. Oh, he does want to keep the server. Okay, sounds good. I was gonna say we were about to switch servers, but he'll keep his 130 ping server. Sharp with more than a half ping advantage. But GG's from both these guys as we head to game number 3. Sharp versus Spider, game 3. A great match so far. Another close one. Not quite a 1-goal game like we've had every other game of the stream. Instead, a 2-goal game. And chat, we can live with that. That last goal going in at the very last second. So we basically haven't seen a single game that hasn't been a nail biter all of tonight. And the craziest part is we're on the verge of having 2 perfect sweeps. 2 perfect sweeps. Every single game a nail biter. It would be crazy. But that's what we're on track for right now. Sharp, not the greatest first touch, but will eventually get his goal here. Spider 3-0ing maybe. AZAP able to 3-0 Angel in his debut. Every single game going 1 goal in favor of AZAP. Right now, Spider up 2-0. Up 3 goals in the series after a 1-goal and then 2-goal win. Sharp, a weirdo, pre-jumped every time. Yeah, Sharp is very experimental, I'd say. A lot of the times, especially when he's not in tournament play. A nice second goal. Instead of taking this up the side wall like Spider probably expected him to do, like so many different ones players will do in that situation, he cuts it infield with his very little boost, but gets it to the net fast enough before Spider can make the adjustment. Nice kickoff goal for Spider. Every kickoff goal so valuable playing with that extreme ping disadvantage. Spider forced to hover behind this ball. Oh, so interesting to see Sharp take his challenge here. Spider did a great job. Usually in this position, as a defender, or sorry, as an offender, all you're trying to do is force that player on the back wall to come out, use their boost, hover behind the ball, and then maybe try and get them in a bad position in the ensuing play. Usually, it's not the best idea to try and take a 50 on them as they come in, especially not a sideways 50 like Sharp just did. Oh my goodness, what a breezy. I don't know if we've ever seen a breezy used like that. Normally the breezies are used to flick, but basically this was used to put the ball behind Spider. What a shot, my goodness. A great play from Sharp, up 3-2. He has always played really loosey-goosey in these non-tournament plays, and I think a lot of it has to do with the way Sharp gets better as a player, always experimenting against these top-level guys to see what does and doesn't work in order to keep his game fresh. So maybe we're going to start to see more breezes from Sharp. A nice long shot for a fourth. Young Cap. Sharp was on Xbox before, right? If Sharp was on Xbox, it was a long, long time ago. But there's a possibility. Lots of different players come from console. It almost seems like a more common origin story than anything else. Technically, I guess I'm from PS4. Oh my goodness, nice shot from Sharp. Sharp in the zone here in game number 3. 3 minutes left to go. A great air dribble from midfield. And just when Spider thought Sharp was going to need to drop the ball down, he gets a perfect lip reset to the top crossbar. Yeah, you remember him? We played in Season 4? Gotcha. Yeah, I think a lot of pro players would tell you that they started playing on PS4 when it went free to play. So in that way, and that was in 2015. In that way, you could argue lots of people come from console. Spider, a nice direct kickoff goal. Always a miracle that he's able to get these kickoff 50s operating on 120 ping. Nice wave dash kickoff. I've never seen a player bully that hard with the wave dash. Usually the wave dash is a bit of a weak touch because you're not flipping into it, and you get it with that second play. But Spider, that first touch actually pushed it into Sharp's half, and then the wave dash secured it. So if he could find a way to do that every time, he certainly would be racking in the goals. I think that's probably mostly to blame Sharp with the way he handled his kickoff on the other end. Another super early pre-jump. I don't know how to talk today for some reason. A super early pre-jump from Sharp. Not going to work. You love to see it, though. He likes to just hover out here in front of the net, and he'll get bumped away. I would say like a sitting duck, but I guess more like a flying duck, as Sharp hovers outside his net and is an easy target for the Spider bump. Sharp taking a trip around the map, trying to take away all of Spider's boost options, but can't get to midfield in time. Spider able to get the refresh, and cannot get the tight angle. Can Sharp get the strong shot from his own half? No, only a 20 boost to play with, but ooh, a nice demo. Sharp, oh my goodness, what a shot from Sharp. I was gonna say he needed to corral the shot online. I thought he was gonna need boost to do it because I figured he would catch it and dribble, but oh my goodness, that is such a tough shot to get. Coming from behind the ball to find that angle, that was nasty. That seemed risky too for Sharp. If Sharp doesn't find that angle, that ball is bouncing out to a really tough spot to defend. Spider likely spawning, facing in the offensive direction, an easy long shot on net. So Sharp really taking that risk, but man, did it pay off as he knew what he was doing. Got a nice outplay on Spider there, but a really weak touch on his diagonal flip. I mean, Spider is able to get the save. Sharp, a madman on the pre-jump saves, was able to delay Spider for a bit, but the backflip challenge was nowhere in the stratosphere. And Spider working his way back like he has every single game. Sharp has led early in all of them, it seems. But before that clock ticks to 0, Spider has worked his way back. This dribble off the wall, not online, but still in such a dangerous position. Ooh, great patience from Sharp. Spider making a mistake. Didn't realize that Sharp did not have the boost to go up and make a play. I think it would have been worth it for him to risk it and fly up and take that one. Sharp was definitely hoping that Spider was going to let him fake and take it to the ground. 46 seconds left to go. The onus is in the hands of Spider to force the issue and find a way to cover this 2-goal deficit, and that demo might be the first, but he did not grab the boost from that side wall. Sharp insists on working in this weird pre-jump, and it's going to work, at least for the second time, but make that 2 working and 3 non, as Sharp just trying to be a little bully around this ball and prevent Spider from getting this ball on net. All he cares is about wasting time, but it looks like he's going to get a goal of his own. Oh my goodness, this shot was actually insane. It didn't seem like it, but the pre-flip up into the crossbar, there is no way to shoot this with how much boost he has, but he launches it up with the pre-flip to the crossbar, back down. That was actually insane. For a goal that didn't matter at the end of a match when he had already secured the win, that was pretty nutty. Sharp trying to flip reset into his own goal. He'll toss it into the corner. Not going to be a perfect sweep. He will break the script from today, as Spider will at least drop a single game. And Sharp takes game number 3. Are all of the games on NA? Yes, they are. New server, yeah. Sounds good. that 180. Yeah, sorry, chat. We're trying to get Spider a good server, and we saw him join and saw 180, and Sharp just insta left. It looked like it went down to 130 after a couple moments, but there we go. That's what we're talking about. That's a server right there. Here we go, guys. Game number 4. Spider playing on 130 ping, kind of unnecessarily, because there are definitely East servers that we can get him 92 ping like we do right now, which, you know, is what I play on East servers a lot too, and I'm just US West. So definitely a more fair playing ground now. Spider able to win 2 out of 3 games though on that atrocious server, so that's why he was trying to stick with it. Said, I'm not going to risk it and get a new one. Sharp pulling out a Fennec. You could tell he either just adjusted his default pre-made car and just added Fennec to it, or went and made a new one. You got 50, 60 East and you're West. You're cool. Let's go. Long shot from Sharp. The Fennec apparently not helping him boom it hard enough. Chat asking whether or not the Octane or the Fennec is better. I guess we're about to get our answers based on the way Sharp plays this next match. Up 1-0 so far. Channeling his Fennec energy. Oh my goodness, these pre-jumps. These pre-jumps are out of control. This is such an early pre-jump. I think he honestly, he just needs to convert the insane pre-jumps to like early challenge pre-jumps instead of hovering pre-jumps. I think hovering in the air, never a good idea. No surprise that it hasn't really been working for him so far. But the pre-jumps aren't necessarily wrong. I think you can do a quick high pre-jump and then come back down to the ground and go back up again maybe. I mean, I think we've seen that happen from a lot of high-level players. They have found a way to make insanely early pre-jumps work in a little bit better fashion. But I'm not sure the hover pre-jump will ever be the solution. Spider trying to figure out if it can be, though. A nice long shot said. Sorry, Sharp trying to figure out if it can be. Spider diving to grab boost, and Sharp taking his opportunity to be given a free goal. Sharp, nice kickoff, getting himself under Spider. What a save from Spider! Oh my goodness. The direct kickoff goal from Sharp. He was driving away. He thought he had done it. He is eventually going to get it. But that was an insane save from Spider. Never giving up on the play. Had no business keeping that one out of the net, and he did. Unfortunately, he's rewarded with the ball headed right back into his net. So Sharp up 3-2. Another great kickoff possession. Spider going to tap it off the wall and just set Sharp up for an easy touch. An easy touch by Sharp standards, but still needed to get a strong hit in order to make sure that Spider couldn't get back to it. 4-2. Sharp playing loosey-goosey and still feeling good. Able to go up early in this game number 4. Yet another pre-jump. Yet another goal on Sharp's net. I'm going to alt-tab here real quick as I need some frames back. Oh! Interesting kickoff decision from Spider. This is a high-level play that maybe some of you guys don't know, and it's completely dodged the ball on the kickoff. Sharp delay kickoff. Kind of like a cheese kickoff. I mean, this is not a bad play to make, especially when you're down. You need to find some way to get back. Usually when I use a cheese kickoff like this one. I think the reality of it is players at this level are usually so good at reading those cheese kickoffs or those like delay kickoffs and making the right adjustment. This time though, Spider just slamming the ball right into Sharp, which is exactly what he wanted. And an easy 6th as he continues to bolster his lead. A nice play to himself out of his own corner, and why not make it a double touch? You could just tap it in for a long shot, but this is, you know, like taking a breath for these high-level players. He guaranteed it was going in. Fennec equals decent. It's called missing boost, SMH. SMH indeed. Sharp taking this high bounce dribble, trying to convert it into something in the air, but a little bit too strong of a touch, so forced back down to the ground. Having to hover behind the ball, try and squeeze a 50 in. Once again, playing some interesting defense, trying to shadow from very, very close behind Spider, and doing so by grabbing the boost and making sure Spider stays completely starved. An interesting dribble from Sharp. It seemed like he had an open enough situation where a direct dribble as fast as his boost could take him would have been unreachable from Spider, but instead tried to go for an interesting flick 180 type play. Sharp missing on the double touch. And this should be an easy bucket for Spider the other way. This is the kind of loosey-goosey attitude that Sharp has been playing with. Trying to get into a flow state here, maybe not worrying too much about the details of the game and making sure that he's playing without thinking and playing while having fun. And honestly, not a bad way to win games. I think a lot of the times the audience will peg that as not trying, whereas it's not necessarily that way. Sometimes it can look that way as they try and find a new way to, you know, recover in a series and find their stride again. It can look like, you know, maybe they aren't taking it quite as serious, but Sharp showing that this method of play has been working for him. Able to take game number 3 and is in the lead with a minute left to go in game number 4. Early challenge, wave dash off the wall, nice touch, great read on what Spider was going to do on defense, and oh, bouncing so perfectly into the net. He just turned off ball cam and let his car turtle on the ground. Great play from Sharp. Really heads up to get that wave dash and get back to the ball before Spider can make his challenge. Oh, dude, Sharp is eating him alive with this delayed kickoff. This has no business scoring multiple times. But Sharp able to cheese it out over and over and over again. No matter what you do, a goal is worth a goal. Sharp doing it on the diagonal kickoffs. I don't think Spider expected this because, you know, I also didn't expect it. Straight up cheesing this side kickoff usually doesn't happen. You know, on the straightaway kickoffs, it's more predictable what the player's going to do. The ball usually has less angle because, you know, players try and smack it straight at the net. So when they're coming from right behind the ball, basically just the ball takes less angles than normal. But on an extreme diagonal kickoff, players play that differently so often, and they don't necessarily just smack it right at the defender. So a very risky kickoff to do the full delay on like Sharp did, but he was rewarded handsomely and a big lead for himself. 11-5 as he is just playing calm, cool, and collected here in games 3 and 4. And has been handsomely rewarded as this is the first big win in probably any game tonight. Sharp going to try and give us one for the road. A 12th as he goes up 12-5. 11 seconds to go. This one is over. We don't like to call things over too early, but I think we can here. It looks like Spider from JJ and Sharp, the NA1s player. Oh, it's not Spider with a Y. Spider with a Y is the NA 3v3 player. This is Spider with an I, the EU 1v1 player. YOLO, thank you for the follow, my man. Enjoy those commands, those Nightbot commands. an emote that we've had for a long time. I didn't realize how long we've had it. We've had it like since Fear 500 Season 1. I thought it was a newer emote than that. But apparently it's not. But we've got a Game 5 after a tight sweep in the first series tonight. Oh, Spider! Oh no! This is ultimate kickoff domination right now for Sharp. At the start of Game 5, Spider trying to give Sharp a little bit of his own medicine, but Sharp did it even slower. Both of them doing the delay kickoff, but Sharp saying, "Son, you have merely adopted the delay kickoff. I was born into it," and has the patience to go even slower than Spider does on his delay kickoff, and he's rewarded with a first goal. Exclamation point stats. I did not even realize that was a command. Yo, what's going on, Nitaro? New American Johnny? Yeah, sounds good to me. Or is Johnny the old European Fear? Ever think of it that way? Sharp, nice tap up above. He is just loaded into some state that has got him on a roll. Spider cannot figure out a way to get past this insane pre-jumping boy who, despite handing over 3 goals a game with this weird pre-jump thing he's been trying, is somehow getting the wins. This flip reset, not gonna work. Spider's long shot off the post and out. Sharp can do no wrong. Even when he lets Spider take a wide open touch, he does not get scored on, or maybe not. He will eventually get scored on as he misses on the goal line, but truly things going Sharp's way right now. Wait, you come back 15 minutes later and Sharp made a comeback? Yeah. Sharp has been dominating the kickoffs, and he was the only one to get a confident, large victory win, or large margin of victory win in game number 4. Spider tap back into the corner. Sharp not able to get the clear, and Spider will be able to tie it back up. Sharp can do no wrong, misses in goal. Yes, I jinxed him, all right? Is that what you want me to say it? You're right, I jinxed him. Spider did it! He went slower than Sharp. This is a high-level top 50 1v1, guys, where the kickoffs are the slowest you've ever seen. Sharp trying to stay on top of the ball with low boost. Not a bad idea to challenge early. He was going to be in a really, really tough spot trying to make a play. Spider knew it. Taps it above him. Oh my goodness, the kickoffs. The kickoff mind game right now. Truly something to behold, as neither one of these guys want to pull the trigger and truly challenge a kickoff now. They're playing in slow motion on the kickoff for sure. But all that credit to Sharp. Sharp got so many goals from doing that delay kickoff. Spider was basically forced to mirror match him. This clear on the back wall. Spider got that boost grab too in the corner. By all means, should have had what he needed to get the clear, but instead dropping it down to Sharp. Both these guys speeding up on the kickoff. That kickoff was lightning quick. You guys see that? Both of them went right to the ball. Sharp, though, did try and do a little bit of a mix-up, I think. He's trying to push the ball off to the side instead of like the regular straight 50. Sharp. A nice flick above Spider. Trying to work his way back into this one. Can he finish off this very, very interesting run he's had in games 3 and 4? The early challenge on Spider does force the Spider miss. An early challenge, maybe a little bit more accurate than an insanely early pre-jump. Spider lob at the net. not planning on scoring, just wants to force a tough save and a continuation, but the continuation not there, letting Sharp buy some time to grab some pads, and a nice 50 will buy him all the time he needs to reset here. Spider afraid to take it up the wall. He had such a good spot, but didn't want to pull the trigger on an air dribble. Instead, wanted to take a ground, and Sharp is just going to steal it away from him. Says, if you aren't going to take that early opportunity, I will take it away from you. Sharp, a nice save, trying to save his boost and momentum to make sure he can get the second save, but Spider, a great backflip shot. Definitely too much patience here from Sharp, who could have challenged and taken that one away. Spider having to make a play rolling backwards behind the ball is always going to have a really hard time. And it's just so comical to watch this delayed kickoff from both these guys. Both of them trying to go slower than the other. It is a slow off from these two at kickoff. Nice play from Sharp. Good double touch for his fourth. Just trying to help you go, but it's all good. I'm watching the game. Yeah, let's chill with all that talk. Spider, a nice little 50. We don't have mods here to handle it for me, but yeah, I think I agree with Nitaro. I think using gay as an adjective other to mean, you know, the actual meaning is very old school, very non-kosher, very time-outable to get it off my chat. But it's okay, life goes on, guys. You're just lucky the mods aren't here to time you out. And I have to cast this game. Sharp! Down 2 goals. Long dribble and a nice flick to end it. Spider, afraid of what he might do in the air, waits the challenge, and Sharp, a great play. Bring it to the far left corner of the post. Sharp needs this goal. Spider using up so much boost. Able to get that save, but the ball rolling so slow. Is it going to go in? It's, oh my goodness. Moments away from rolling in. But that'll be a GG's, and Spider taking the win in Game 5. Spider used up so much of his boost on that defense, doing that snake pattern, that I thought Sharp was going to be able to bump him away, but didn't have enough strength. Got the second bump, but the ball was rolling just too slow. One of the slowest games we've seen from some of the best players to play the game. Those slow kickoffs and that slow rolling shot, but Spider will take it in Game 5 by 1 goal. Close series all night, and this one close in games, not just close in scoreline, as Spider takes it in Game 5.